It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.
Next of our Group 1 races is the Gold Medallion race number 6. Once again, the distance is 1,200 meters, and some lively contenders looking to put their hand up and say, I'm the best of the two-year-olds at this stage of the game. So let's see what they have to offer. In the 6th race, we're going to take a look at number 1, Profit, when winning at Scottsville on the 1st of the 5th, and then interviews with Muzi Yeni, Glenn Kotson, Richard Ferree, Peter Muscat, Keegan DeMello, and Kelvin Abib.
At the 300. Countdown now stakes his claim. Down the inside, Aztec Warrior. Profits hit the front at the 250. Countdown's trying to apply the pressure. Aztec Warrior the inside. Profits going great guns the last 100 meters. And Profit with a mesmerizing display, as easy as he likes. Gladiatorian, Aztec Warrior, and then came Countdown. Return to Russia.
Yes, a lovely colt. Great run on debut. It's not easy to bring a maiden straight into a grade 1 class, but he's improved so much, and his debut impressed us. We're expecting him to need it much more. He came in the ring a little bit soft, and he ran a cracker on debut, getting beaten second. Unfortunately, I dropped my stick. I think he would have just about won his maiden, but I think I'm expecting a first 4 run, just purely because of his ability and class.
He won on debut, and he was a very impressive one. Richard was only waxing lyricals about him. His next run, we brought him up here. We wanted to show him the course before the big race because, Scottsville can be quite daunting for a 2-year-old that hasn't seen it. And unfortunately, we had all those floods and rain, and everything went pear-shaped in his prep. Richard said he needed the run, and on top of it, Mike Miller's horse bolted to the start. He was cantering down, and he also took off, and he pulled him up at the 850-meter mark. And I think it took the edge off him because both horses came back a little bit distressed. Mike's horse has been hosed down in the parade ring. Our chap looked fine, and then 10 minutes after the race, he also started to wobble a bit. I think the heat got to him from sprinting down and then still running. So if you put a line through that, he's exceptionally well. We've rated him as one of our best 2-year-olds that we brought up here. And at the moment, our 2-year-olds are doing exactly what we're asking them of. We think he's a huge, huge runner. Richard said he'll reverse the results on Profit. Those are big words because he was quite impressive. And so we're looking forward to a fantastic run from him.
Very much so. Strong field, also Group 1, so the stakes are high. He won a seriously good race with me back in Cape Town in January. And, he really gave me a good feel. Decided to give him a chance and let him grow a bit. And then he had one run here. He was very ring rusty, but also again, I think Mr. Kotson's got this horse back to best, and he's really firing hard. It feels good. Yeah,
he's a very smart horse. First time out he got left. We obviously want to get the maidens out of the way. We really fancied him, and with 200 to go, he had something like 6 lengths to make up. It was like, he was going to run absolutely unplaced, and then he got beat a short head. He's come on a hell of a lot from that. We're taking a chance in putting him in the Group 1, only simply because I think he needs a bit further. If they go hard up front, which I think they're going to do, he'll be flying at them. He's probably going to be a little bit outpaced in the beginning, but Grant will work that out. And I think on pure ability, he's a proper horse, and he was always earmarked to go for the Greyville feature races. But we thought we'd take our chances because he's like a win without a penalty. I mean, 1 stride after the post, he was a winner, and I think 2 strides he would have won by 2. So he was low flying, and I think that's going to be the secret, is that if they go hard up, he'll be flying at them.
Yeah, I think he's a horse that's got a huge amount of talent. He fluffed his lines by bungling the start on his debut run at Greyville, but then ran home very strongly. Don't really know how good he is, but if you haven't got a ticket, you can't win. So we've backed him up into the race on Saturday, in the hope that he does things correctly at the start. He has got a lot of ability. I'm not sure how much. It's still early days with him, but if he does things right and he's as good as we envisage him to be, he can be involved. Yeah, he's a very nice colt in the making. Probably going to be effective over a little bit further later on in his career, but he's done nothing wrong since his maiden victory. He's very straightforward. He's got speed. He settles. Once again, don't really know how good he is, but you know, once again, we've got an extra ticket in the race.
No, look, he's a smashing horse. Last time I just rode him a little bit differently, and I don't think it paid dividends. It worked against him, but I think going back to basics, he's a really smart horse, and yeah, outside draw, he must have a big chance.
Yes, I think he did it in a really good fashion. The blinkers definitely helped him, and we're racing with the blinkers again on Saturday. I think his time was really good, and look, if he's not too green, I definitely think he'll be in the money.
Well, really looking forward to the Gold Medallion Grade 1. A number of horses coming here with top form. Most of them have either won their last start or run into the second position. Number 1, Prophet's unbeaten, 2 from 2. He'll be the narrow first selection. Then you've got a horse like number 3, Countdown. Number 4, Cliff Top. Karangatang, and number 12, Thunderstruck. Now, Corne Spiss and Sean Terry, they know what it takes to win these races, so they'll be looking to dominate. Graham, the cream of the crop rises here.
Clearly, all of these 2-year-olds have been entered because they've got superior ability. Even those that have yet to win a race, like Imposing and Captain Bombshell, are well regarded by their trainers. And I was certainly very encouraged by the remarks of Glenn Cotson and Richard Fourie. Maybe I've underestimated number 3, Countdown, but listening to that interview, you certainly got to respect Countdown. But he was beaten nearly 5 lengths by Prophet last time. I expect the margin will be a lot closer. But I don't see any reason to bet against Prophet. He's won his 2 starts very emphatically. Corne Spiss knows what it takes to win on this day at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. Last year he won the SA Filly Sprint with Sing for Rafa. In previous years he's won 1 or more of these Grade 1 races, and he's got the right sort of horse. He's a full brother to Monkshood, who was a Dingons winner as a 3-year-old when trained by Alistair Gordon. He's got the pedigree, he's got the speed, he's got the course experience, he's won emphatically. So I'm not betting against Prophet. I've suggested him as a bipod and a pick 6 banker and a jackpot banker. I may play more than 1 jackpot given the carryover, but my main jackpot is going to have Prophet as a banker. So here are my Dlala selections for race 6, the Gold Medallion. I'm pretty much napping number 1, Prophet. I expect him to win again and maintain his undefeated record. Perhaps the biggest danger could be the Dennis Dreyer, number 11, Gladiatorian. We know Dennis Dreyer's record in the Gold Medallion. That speaks for itself. 12, Thunderstruck, who was most impressive last time out, could be the 3rd horse home. Respect, obviously, for number 10, Karangatang, back in 4th. But having heard those interviews, I'm certainly going to throw number 3, Countdown, into this trifecta. So I wasn't privy to that information prior to suggesting my trifecta, which was 1 banker to win, with all of those numbers to run 2nd and 3rd, but add in number 3, Countdown. So it'd be 1 to win with 3, 5, 7, 10, 11 and 12. I'm certainly, having heard what Richard Fourie and Glenn Cotson had to say, not going to exclude number 3, Countdown. He's well bred, he's biking with the green light. But Prophet is the one for me. Your Dlala selections?
Yes, Graham, thanks very much. We're going to move on to my Dlala selections, and I'm sticking with number 1, Prophet as the horse to beat, from number 12, Thunderstruck, number 10, Karangatang, and number 4, Cliff Top. And I'm going to go for the boxed exacta, 1, 4, 10 and 12. And after hearing Glenn Cotson, maybe throw in number 3, Countdown. We don't want to be caught loose.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.